Before we start, I'm inviting Ms. Sridisha Banerjee for invocation.
नमस्कार, मैं श्रीदिशा बैनर्जी हूँ। जय माँ। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्मै 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 नमो नमः। त्रिनयोनि दुर्गा मातुरूपे सीमापाई न खुंजे। त्रिनयोनि दुर्गा मातुरूपे सीमापाई न खुंजे। चंद्र तपो लुटाए मातोर চন্দ্র তপ লুটায়ে মাতোর চরণ তলে দশ ভুজে। ত্রিনয়নী দুর্গা মাতোর রূপে সীমা পায় না খুঁজে। त्रिनयोनि दुर्गा। Namaskar. I have just invoked, and this small chant was in Bengali, saying that Ma Durga, aapka roop aparisim hai. We cannot measure your roop. It is immeasurable. And with that, I over it to Aparna Madam.
Thank you, Sridisha ji. That was really very divine and invocation by you. And of course, I feel कि देवी माँ तक हमारी ये का राज के कार्यक्रम की जरूर जाएगी। और इसी के साथ हम आज का कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। सुस्वागतम and Hardik Abhinandan everyone. In the symposium on Durga Saptashati, a tale of Durga, comprehending all characters of strength. This theme is part of the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ series being introduced on the very auspicious occasion of Navratri and Durga Puja in the year 2022. Today, on the occasion of Durga Ashtami, we are celebrating Devī-Mahātmyaṁ series 3 with you all. This is the initiative jointly taken by Institute of Advanced Sciences, Dartmouth, USA, and Vedic and Scientific Research Foundation, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, India. We all know Durga Saptashati is a section of the Markandeya Purana, which is part of ancient scriptures. Talking about Durga Saptashati, a tale of Durga comprehending all characters of strength. Here, we are referring to Devi as the supreme power and the creative energy of the Supreme Absolute. To understand the Vishwaroopam of Devī and experience her power within us, we have among us our panelist and chairperson as invited guest, joining from different parts of USA and Bharat, and our chairperson is right now in Spain. So again, Europe is also can be considered here. So we welcome all of you, and before we start, let's have the brief introduction about our both organizations who are jointly organized this program. Institute of Advanced Sciences is known for its scientific and Indological research areas through its two departments, Botulinum Research Center and School of Indic Studies. Institute of Advanced Sciences is also known as INADS. Through its School of Indic Studies, is keen on bringing out the fine research in the field of Indology and Indic Studies. For this, many such discussions or presentations through various platforms such as conferences, seminars, etc. are always facilitated by the scholars of INADS. Apart from regular academic activities in the recent past, INADS has come up with many programs like Lokvarta and Navratra Manish and Ram Janmotsav, that is a 9-day long program, Ekadash Rudra Manthan, that is an 11-day long program, which are giving new interpretations and visions to our existing beliefs through various scientific and practical approaches. We are very excited to tell you that we have already done with 4 series of each Navratra Manisha and Ram Janmotsav and Ekadash Rudra Manthan so far. So we are glad that today we are having the 3rd series of Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. Similarly, the Vedic and Scientific Research Foundation, which is with the blessings of H.H. Ramakrishna Anand Saraswati Swamiji, Atharveda Shankaracharya of Sri Vidyapeetham, Rishikesh, formed this foundation along with Shri Dr. Abdul Kalam ji, former President of Bharat. This foundation promotes research on Veda, spirituality, along with science for bringing out our Vedic knowledge to present mind and systems. VSRF completed a few projects from Defense Research Development org, that is DRDO, along with Indian Army, and also one project from Indian Space Research Organization and many such projects. So with this, now I would like to invite Shri Veda R. Ravi Shankar ji. He is Managing Trustee and Trainer from Vedic and Scientific Research Foundation, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, and the coordinator of this program for presenting welcome address for our eminent guest and the audience who are connecting us with us today, and also give brief introduction of about today's symposium. We welcome you, Veda ji.
Namaskar. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Aim Vadavadavakuvadinyai Namaha. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Sive Sharvartha Sadage Charanye Triyambake Gauri Narayani Namostude. I'm really proud and discussion with this introduction about our program. Man proposes, God disposes. Because this is serial 3. Past it is a 3rd year, but it is already designed and decided. That is why everything is happening in the world. That is why we need to understand and to move forward. That is the most important. I'm really thank you very much, Balram sir and Dr. Aparna and everyone, also Professor M.M. Goel sir also. So in this introduction, because we always discuss with Dr. Aparna, we are talking about Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, everything. But when you and myself became a goddess and Devi is the most important. Adi Shankaracharya mentioned very clearly in the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, how you became a god. And when you became a god, and what is the process, everything. Swami Vivekananda also told, thoughts is the design of the fate. Today, the mind and thoughts is the most powerful than anything else. And today, we are privileged to discuss about Durga Saptashati and what is Durga, science of Durga, bhakti of Durga, engineering of science. Everything is possible within us only. But how we can integrate to within is most important. So for that, I wish to move forward. Every speaker will share their experiences, because here the point is there are 2 type of people is there. One is knowledge experiences from the book knowledge. Another one, self experience to deliver to the people is the most important in today. Because today sweet talker is more, but today experienced talker is the most important. That's why Swami Vivekananda always told, once I experience, then only I can deliver it. Like that Swami Vivekananda told. That is why this program is totally experienced based wisdom knowledge. That wisdom, when wisdom comes, once we experience the knowledge, then only the wisdom will be comes out. I'm really privileged to everyone. Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati give all the power to us, but we have the bhakti is there, but the bhakti need to be tap it and tack and target with the yukti is the most important. When you be use yukti, then only you will get siddhi. Once you get the siddhi, then only get the mukti. That is the most important. Bhakti Yukti, Siddhi, and Mukti. This is the combination of mantra, tantra, yantra, prayoga. I am really happy to part of this program, and we will continue still end of the year. Please understand, because this Durga Saptami, Navaratri, we will keep on continue, because this is the generation. It will keep on continue. When it will be end also, we don't know, but we are continuing with this Shraddha and Bhakti. Thank you very much. I'm really thank you very much to everyone. To God has given all the blessings and power to realize yourself. Be a oneness. I am Atma Brahma. That is the proper formula from the Atharvaveda and Sri Vidya, and we can move forward. Bahut bahut dhanyavad. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Veda ji. And with your, firstly, you have given the blessings to us to start this program, and also you have given us this chance, this direction to have such kind of symposium, which actually discuss about the culture of our India, our ritualistic culture, we can say. So thank you very much. And now, with the permission of Chair Professor Balram Singh ji, I would like to invite the first speaker of today's evening.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Just. We are glad that today among us we have Miss Sridisha Banerjee. She is a classical singer and an assistant professor at Vivekananda Global University, Jaipur. She have learned classical music since childhood, had been a disciple of renowned classical singers like Pandit Manas Chakrabarti ji, Pandit Ajay Chakrabarti ji. She is an alumnator of Indian Institute of Information Technology and Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, and have both corporate and academic experience in the field of IT, digital marketing, business analytics, design thinking, and entrepreneurship. And today she will be speaking on Puja fervour, the Bengali perspective. Here, fervour means strong feelings. So Durga Puja, which means Pujo, has a strong feelings for the Bengalis. So I invite and welcome Ms. Sridisha Banerjee ji for her talk.
Thank you, Aparna ji, for such a wonderful introduction. And today I feel really fortunate to be part of this symposium and to be present amongst so many learned people. So I just seek all of your blessings. I know I have only one little qualification, that I have been born and brought up in Kolkata, and I have completed my 30 years in Kolkata. That is the only qualification I have to just to bring the Bengali perspective. अगर कोई भूल चूक हो, so पहले से ही क्षमा प्रार्थी हूँ. Okay. Aparna ji, can we share the video? Sorry, the
Yes.
PPT, or shall I
No.
WhatsApp you?
I will. I think sir can make you co-host.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'll take the
Yes.
privilege. Okay. I think yes. Okay. So, once again, namaskar and a very, very Shubho Ashtami to everyone. As I have already told you that I am Bengali, not only by this what the surname speaks, I have also been born and brought up in Bengal. And I'm just going to speak about the perspective of Bengalis towards Durga Pujo. because this is the main festival of Bengal. So before starting with anything, I would just like to chant a hymn. Rupang Dehi Jayang Dehi Yasho Dehi Tvisho Jai. So the premise of Durga Puja, for us, Durga Puja is Ma Uma, our daughter who comes home to her Maika from her Sasural, which is Kailash, and her Maika is obviously Prithvi. Not only does Uma come home, she is also accompanied by her 4 little children. आप पूरे इंडिया में अगर देखेंगे, खासकर नॉर्थ इंडिया स्पीकिंग, उसमें हम जब नवरात्रि मनाते हैं, एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ माँ दुर्गा को ही पूजते हैं. बट इन बंगाल वी ऑल्सो वर्शिप not only Ma Durga, but also Ma Durga's children, her little children, I will say, the Siddhidata and the Laddu eating Lord Ganesha, the handsome peacock riding Lord Kartik, the benevolent goddess of wealth, Goddess Lakshmi, and the treasury of wisdom and knowledge, Mahasaraswati. The journey from Kailash commences on the day of Mahalaya, the last day of Pitru Paksh. It is believed that on the auspicious morning of Mahalaya, Ma Durga and her children, on their respective Vahans, set forth on their journey from Mount Kailash to Prithvi. Did you know that this journey each year is through a different mode of transport? So in Bengal, we consider that, sorry. Okay. So in Bengal, we consider the mode of transport of Ma Durga. It is very important for all of us because it is actually going to decide how the entire year is going to take place. So sometimes Ma travels on a palki. Sometimes it is considered that she is traveling on a boat. Ma also sometimes travel on a horse, and sometimes she travels on an elephant. So as per the Bengali folklore, it is said that when Ma travels on a palki, there are tremors and earthquakes that are being predicted for that particular year. When Ma Durga comes on a horse, the entire community experiences epidemics. When she comes on a noko, that is a boat, lot of torrential rain takes place. And when she travels on an elephant, we witness a bountiful harvest. So this is the basic Bengali folklore from which, the entire journey of Ma Durga starts. Now in Bengal, अगर हम कहते हैं महालया, तो महालया हमारी बाकी जगहों में मैंने जो विटनेस किया है कि वहां पे पितृपक्ष को सेलिब्रेट तो नहीं किया जाता है, बट हाँ श्राद्ध का टाइम एंड हो रहा है, दैट इज व्हाट इज कंसिडर्ड. बट ओवर हियर Bengalis actually celebrate the last day of Pitripaksh Mahalaya with quite a pomp and show. Like early in the morning, they get up and watch Mahishasur Mardini, which is broadcasted on television. They also hear early in the morning Chandipat, which is broadcasted through the radio. So this is where the commencement of Durga Puja arises. But there is one striking thing which I should mention, I don't know how many of us know about it. जब दुर्गा पूजा या नवरात्रि की बात होती है, at that point of time, we consider all the 9 days. But in Bengal, from Shashti, or what we call as Shoshti, the Durga Puja is celebrated from Shashti. That is, we celebrate Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami. 5 days of festivities. And since I have already told you that we believe that our own घर की बेटी माँ उमा, माँ दुर्गा पृथ्वी में आ रहे हैं, so we try to celebrate her and give her all the prasad, that is, which we consider the best of the best food. If you see the pandals, lot of stalls and everything is present. So I'll talk about it a few moments later. Before that, I will just walk you through day-wise. First is Shashti. So this is one day where we unveil the face of Ma Durga and her family. So Ma Durga, as I already told you, she comes with her family along with Mahishasur, along with the lion, along with all the Vahanas, where goddess Lakshmi has a Vahan named White Owl, where Lord Ganesha's Vahan is a mouse. So everybody is worshipped. And this is the, I will, in my own terms, I will say, this is the Agaz of Durga Pujo. Now coming to Mahasaptami. As we all know, in Mahasaptami, what happens in Bengal, there's a stark difference about others. In Bengal, we start Mahasaptami by a banana tree bathing. But the banana tree is entirely covered with a sari, and we consider that Lord Ganesha's wife is that banana tree in the form of Ma Riddhi and Siddhi. So that banana tree we call banana in Bengali is called as kola. And since it is considered to be the wife of Lord Ganesha, so wife means bow. So we term it as kola bow, which is draped in a sari and it is bathed, and then it is kept at the right side of Lord Ganesha and it is worshipped. Also, there is a perspective in Bengal that this kola bow or the banyan tree, the banana tree, is comprising of the 9 plants representing the 9 forms of Shakti. The Brahmani, the Kalika, Durga, Kartiki, Shiva, Raktadantikya, Sokh Rahita, Chamunda, and Lakshmi. Navapatrika, this is known as Navapatrika. So it is taken for a bath, and with this starts the commencement and the entitlement of Durga Puja. Now, before I go to Mahashtami, we start our day, because it is something, it is like spring, it is like autumn, that beautiful weather we have. So we start with a song like Bajlo Tomar Alor Benu. So it says like Bajlo Tomar Alor Benu Matlo re bhuban bajlo tomar alor benu. And now let us come back to Mahashtami. Mahashtami में अगर हम नॉर्थ इंडिया की बात करें, so already there is कंजक, कन्या माता की पूजन होती है, which we term as Kanjak. in Bengal also, we do a Kanya Puja. But if you see this PPT, this slide, the Kanya, उनको एकदम सजाया जाता है दुल्हन के माफिक. So this is, also resembling the Indian Vadhu Vesh. So, sorry, not the Indian Vadhu Vesh, but the Bengali Vadhu Vesh. तो उसी में उनको भी मतलब वैसे करके सजाया जाता है, and party is being done. So this has started, and this has come from the non-Aryans, since they believe, the non-Aryans believe about the female Shakti. So they have, in lot of Puran, you will be getting that there are traces of Kanya Pujan, which is emphasizing on the female Shakti or the female power. Not only that, on Ashtami we believe that goddess Kali appears on the forehead of Durga, and she was the one who killed Chandamund and Raktabij, the Asuras or the demons who were with Mahishasur. So this is the significance of Maha Ashtami. But let me tell you one thing on a lighter note, कि हम लोग हर दिन कोलकाता में हो या Bengalis, wherever they are residing, you will find they हर दिन हम लोग इसको जीते हैं. खुशी मिलती है हमें. हम पंडाल में भी जब जाते हैं, there are a lot of food chains where we eat, and we do not restrict ourselves कि ये food veg, non-veg. We do not restrict ourselves. There is a reason which I'll come to it a little later. Then comes Mahanavami, and I think this picture lot of people have witnessed in the puja pandals. So this is known as this earthen pot is known as dhunuchi. Okay, and you're seeing the smoke. So isko kehte hain, this comes from something known as dhuno. Dhuno is an Indian incense burner. So you can say that it is a natural product, a natural way of purifying the air. Now there is a reason. Yes, we are doing a dance because we are celebrating each day of Durga Puja. But we are also trying, if you see scientifically what happens from Dashera to Diwali, एक तो light की जो insects होती है, so there is an increase in those insects. And not only that, also in the air, lot of bacteria also increase. To curb those ill effects, what we do, we generally light this dhunu. And in dhunu, what we give is, it's little bit of coal, then there are coconut husk, and you are not going to be feel claustrophobic. It has a pleasant aroma which actually makes you feel as if Durga Ma has already come. So this is a symbol of the Mahanavami, if I say, it actually symbolizes the eternal struggle between the good and the evil. Coming to the Mahadashami, it is, Bengalis have a very mixed feeling. एक तरफ से ये दुख है कि हमारी बेटी, हमारी माँ उमा, वो चली जाएगी टू कैलाश, वो अपने ससुराल जाएगी. बट आप शायद समझ सकते हो, when you are a गृहिणी or when you are coming from a house, जब बिटिया जाती है कैलाश तक या बिटिया जाती है अपने ससुराल, it has got a mixed feeling. खुशी है कि चलो बिटिया खुश है, बट दुख भी है कि हमारा घर छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. So that is why if you see in Vijayadashami, what we do is we varan the Devi, and not only her, we varan the Ma Durga, we varan her children, and we are also मतलब वी ऑल्सो वरन महिषासुर। तो हम वरन कैसे करते हैं? सिंपल है, 2 पान के पत्ती उनके गाल में लगाते हैं एज इफ इट इज अ सिंबल ऑफ लव। उनको सिंदूर पहनाया जाता है, बट लॉर्ड गणेश और लॉर्ड कार्तिक को हम सिंदूर नहीं पहनाते हैं। और किसी को विदा करने के लिए कुछ तो खाना खिलाना पड़ेगा ना। सो व्हाट वी डू इज हम मुंह मीठा करवाते हैं, तो with a little bit of sweet, because Bengal is full of, mishti, what we say, sweets. So हम उनको मुंह मीठा करवा के, then when we seek blessings from her, touching her feet, putting sindoor on her feet, उनको पूजा अर्चना करके, फिर आप नीचे वाले पिक्चर अगर देखेंगे, then we start playing with sindoor. And generally क्या होता है, married women play with sindoor more, and it is like also seeking blessings from माँ दुर्गा कि माँ हमारे सिंदूर हमेशा हमारे साथ रहे. So this is the major flow of Vijayadashami. And we always say during procession, when we are immersing the goddess in river Ganga, we always say Ashche bochor abar hobe. That means there is a hope that Ma Durga is going to come and Ma Durga is definitely going to save. But if I speak about entire Durga Pujo without dhak, which is a percussion, it is, incomplete. So I hope each one of you know the sound of dhak. It looks like this. It looks like a dhol. And here it has got some relevance. So just for our little knowledge, I'm just seeing if I can get it in YouTube. Just a second. Yes, I have kept it. So this is the sound of a dhak, but it has a beautiful connotation, which I think even some of the Bengalis might not know. Because of my classical background, I came to know. So ये जो ढाक है, ये षष्ठी के दिन, on the 6th day or 5th day, ये षष्ठी के दिन जो रिदम में बजती है, सप्तमी में वो रिदम बढ़ती है, अष्टमी में it is on peak till Navami morning. But because इस टाइम हम बहुत खुश होते हैं कि yes, माँ दुर्गा is already present with us and we are enjoying to the fullest with her. But नवमी के शाम से थोड़ी थोड़ी मन दुखी हो जाती है कि now she is going to leave us. So इसीलिए क्या होता है, ढाक का रिदम slows down. जो हम रिदम मतलब लयकारी जो हम बोलते हैं, तो लय slows down. And दशमी के दिन you can actually, if you hear the sound of the ढाक, you can actually connect with the melancholy that we have within our heart. So that is why probably I've kept it a little later, but we actually, I just wanted to depict the importance of rhythm into the Bengali psyche. Now, next thing everybody must have heard and must have been thinking that Sridisha, you spoke about so much about the entire 5 days, but as all of us know that the Bengalis are quite a foodie. And what about the Bhog Prasad? Now, I have deliberately given this picture. सबसे थोड़ी सी क्षमा प्रार्थी हूँ. People may have thought कि ये मच्छी यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं? मतलब Bengalis cannot get away with मच्छी. Is it like that? Actually, इसका एक reason है. Traditionally speaking, अगर हम कोई भी देवी फॉर्म की पूजा की बात करें, so this has come from non-Aryan. So Aryan जो tribe है या Aryan जो race है, in Aryan race what happens, there is a significance of male deities. But if we consider the non-Aryan race, they gave immense importance on the female Shakti, the female power. अब क्या हुआ, बेसिकली इफ यू सी द हिमालयन ट्राइब्स, वहां से ये कंसेप्ट आई कि माँ हमारी है, सो हमें जो बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट चीजें हम खाते हैं और जो पकाते हैं वही माँ को भोग जैसे भोग में मतलब भोग लेकर अर्पण करना है. And that is why I will not say every day, some of the days except Shashti and Ashtami, because a lot of people keep fast on those 2 days in Bengal. So other than that, you will get to see that even non-vegetarian food has also been incorporated in the Bhog Prasad. So I think I have given little bit of insight, and even 20-25 minutes, if I speak for the entire day about Bengali Durga Pujo, because it comes directly from my heart, I think I will not be able to finish it. So, not taking much of the time, I thank all of you, and I just wanted to show everybody the different types of pandal, and you will be surprised. This is also a pandal. Yes, this is the model of Chandrayaan 3, and I am not lying, believe me. This was a pandal which had taken place, and you see what a Matri Rupen. So with this, I thank all of you with a small stuti. Aigiri Nandini. Aigiri Nandini Nandita Medini Vishwa Vinodini Nandanute Girivara Vindhya Sirohid Dini Basini Ni Vishnu Vilasini Jishnunute Bhagavati He Sthiti Kanda Kudambini Bhuri Kudambini Bhuri Krute Jaya Jaya He Mahishasur Mardini Ramya Kapardini Shaila Sute. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sridisha ji. And I must say that that was a melodious presentation because we are here. We got to hear some of the best of Bengali flavor because of your music, and also the pandals and the book and everything you have shown in your presentation. It was like running through the Bengali culture and seeing each and every flavor of it, especially Durga Pujo, as you have said in your introduction. So that was very wonderful. Thank you very much. And we have learned speakers with us and learned audience with us. If somebody wants to have any question, though the time was a little bit more, but I think we can have at least 1 or 2 discussion on your topic. And we can, our chair will speak in the last, but we can invite him if we have any question for you.
I'll let people ask questions. My question is, when did this kind of Durga Puja start in Bengal? When?
Be honest, sir, इसके लिए मैं थोड़ी सी एक चीज बताना चाहूंगी. You'll be surprised. मैं एक बार Brahmins के बारे में कुछ बताऊंगी, and then I will start. It started actually with the Britishers and with the zamindars. अगर आप देख रहे हैं ना, फर्स्ट मैंने जो पिक्चर दिया है, we say एक akchala. Akchala means in one particular home that the जो दुर्गा माँ के पीछे का जो एक बैकग्राउंड होती है, and you will find if you go in Bengal, her entire family is accommodated over here. And folklore also says, which, thank you sir for asking me this, folklore also says, we Bengalis believe that Mahishasur, we know, okay, it is something, he's a demon, but he also has a gray shade in him. जब महिषासुर को वध किया जा रहा था, he understood his fault and he told कि मुझे क्षमा करो माँ दुर्गा, and मेरा आज really मोक्ष हो रहा है. So महिषासुर को ये वरदान मिला कि whenever मैं जब पूजा मेरा जब पूजा दिया जाएगा तब जो फूल है ना वो आपके ऊपर भी गिरेंगे एंड आपकी भी शुद्धिकरण होगी. So that actually, that concept had been taken with the zamindars. They had a lot of money and they had really done it with a lot of pomp and show. And Britishers, you will be surprised that Britishers heavily actually invested in Durga Pujo.
Thank you. Thank you. It makes, well, it reflects on some of the cultural thing that gets attached. So when did it start? What were the time? Then whatever else you were talking about, it seems like Durga ji did not come to her Maika before then. She came only.
It is just considered, but I think it is since ages. And
Yeah,
you
so
know
it will
that
be,
Akchal is that first one single chal in that she is trying to say that you are keeping me with my family and see how well we are united. And
yeah,
that
nice.
unity is already reflected.
Yeah, it'll be nice to think about what was done before then. How was that celebrated? क्योंकि बेटी जब मायके जाती है, जैसे मेरी माँ जब जाती थी, तो मुझे पता है क्या क्या होता था. तो तो वो डिपेंड करता है कि कौन उसको मना रहा है ना, उसी तरह से उसको मायका भी मनाया जाता है. और वो शंकर जी को भी कभी इनवाइट किया था कि नहीं, ये भी सोचने की वाली बात हुई. दामाद को कभी इनवाइट किया कि नहीं?
This is one, thank you for actually pointing it at this. Actually, जो पीछे के जो एक चाल है, मतलब I have shown you some of the pictures. Actually, वो particular जो, it's like a house of Durga when she's in Maika. But just imagine, मतलब on a lighter note, pardon me for saying that, वहाँ एक छोटा सा ऊपर में शिव जी का फोटो या शिव जी का एक मूर्ति रखा हुआ रहता है. बट आप मायका तो आ रहे हो, बट उसके साथ साथ माइंड इट, my eye is on you as well as my children.
Okay,
so
good.
I cannot, that feeling of missing out when you are somewhere else, that also very well get reflected in this particular, when we are depicting, when we are showcasing the idols.
Beautiful. Thank you.
थैंक यू श्रीदिशा जी. एंड आपको देख के ऐसा लग रहा है हम इस टाइम बंगाली पंडाल में ही बैठ के जैसे दुर्गा पूजा भी कर रहे हैं. सो बहुत अच्छा आपके साथ हमारा ये रहा. और अब नाउ इट्स टाइम टू इनवाइट, थैंक यू श्रीदिशा जी, एंड नाउ इट्स टाइम टू इनवाइट द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर ऑफ today's evening and morning in US, I know. And so our next speaker of today's Devī-Mahātmyaṁ series is Dr. Soumya Nair ji. She is a dedicated scholar with a comprehensive academic background in Sanskrit, specializing in Vedanta, author of books on Sufism and Vedanta, Sanatan Dharma, Hinduism, way of life, with over 23 research papers to her credit. Experienced educator with a 6-year teaching tenure and active involvement in training programs like leadership qualities, how to improve our spiritual power for creativity. As a Sanskrit linguist, she has also actively contributed to research ideas in interface areas with artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies. She has won 6 awards so far, including the Acharya Chanakya Samman in 2023. Currently, she is working as an assistant professor in a reputed college in Hyderabad. And today, she will be speaking on exploring Nari Shakti, special reference to Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. We welcome you, Dr. Soumya ji.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Ji.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for a wonderful introduction about me. So, Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmatacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Samstita Namaste Namastasye, 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 namo namah. Thank you, and I'm fortunate to share my views regarding Nari Shakti in Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. So thank you once again. I'm fortunate to express my gratitude to the organization.
I allowed, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
yes, fine. Thank you. So actually, I would like to share some views regarding the divine and the feminine power insights from Durga Saptashati. As we know, because the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, it has an spiritual background and a philosophical perspective and the mystical perspective. Everything is there as a philosophy, because my area of interest and my research is in Advaita Vedanta, as you said. So the different perspectives are there. So I would just share some thoughts like, so what is the spiritual significance of Devī-Mahātmyaṁ?
Soumya ji, you can put this on slideshow mode. So
Yeah,
that it
okay,
can
sure.
be-
It will be.
Yeah.
So how we can the spiritual significance of Devī-Mahātmyaṁ and feminine power in the world. And we know the Mahasaraswati, Mahakali, Mahashakti. These are the different forms of Devi. So what is the perspective? But how we can use that power in our normal life also? And this, then next one is the, what are the, we have as a human, as a women, we have the strength and the courage and the protection and the wisdom and the intuition, whatever it is. So these things are already there in Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, not in Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. Some perspectives, other Vedic philosophies and Vedic textbooks also there. But I just took some of the aspects from that. So I'm starting with an introduction of Durga Saptashati. As we know, Durga Saptashati, also known as Devī-Mahātmyaṁ or Chantik Path, in a sacred Hindu text that venerates the goddess Durga, and the text comprises 700 verses divided into 13th chapter, and as a part of Markandeya Purana also. So this Durga Saptashati holds the immense spiritual significance and is revered and its profound philosophical, mystical, and the devotional content. That I said, because if one person from philosophical background, he can see the philosophical aspects in this Durga Saptashati. For example, if is an Advaita perspective, if I'm an Advaita philosopher, so I can find out this Advaita, the feeling of divinity and the feeling of oneness there in the same, this Durga Saptashati. And the same, another person, if from the mystical background, like while we are devotional, we are chanting that Saptashati, and we are moving with the, as a traditional practice or something, we feel the spiritual, that mystical aspects also, like some, it is an experience. That is the main thing. The spirituality we can't quantify. That's an experience itself. So the mystical experiences are also there in this Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. And it symbolizes the divine victory and emphasizes the inherent strength and the virtues that women possess, contributing to the personal growth and the well-being and the collective empowerment. Why is that? It is because if, as we know, the divine victory, that is in it is a on all we know the story of Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. So it's a victory in the evil. We can say that in a normal way, as in a philosophical point of view, we can say we in our mind, in our mindset, there are positives are there, negatives are there, and the strengths are there, the weaker also we have. So the whatever the qualities are not only the beneficial to the individual woman, but also to the community and the environment in they are lived in the engaged. That what I said, it is a collective empowerment. While the specific powers may vary from the person to person, that's fine. But here the universal strength, that is the power of Ma, that is the power of women, that is Ya Devi, Shakti Rupena, yeah, Shakti, the Rupa of, that is the power inherent, already it is there. In some of the tikas of Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, it's explained like Devi Tasya Rupam Shakti Eva Tad Shakti Mam Avarodhyati. Mam Swadhinam Karoti. It means that Shakti, whatever it is there, we have to find out that Shakti. It is in our, it is there. But we have to, if once we are overcoming the struggles and when we are overcoming the limitations, we can find out that one. That is the thing. So if once we are find out that things, it's better. Otherwise, how we can do? That is the thing. So this is that I'm trying to explain. So that is the feminine power in the world. That is Devī-Mahātmyaṁ conveys that the divine feminine power is present in all women, not in all women. It is there in all the human beings because it's a part of, because Prakriti, in Sankhya philosophy, we can say Prakriti Rupa, Sattva, Raja, Tamasatmika Prakriti. The three Rupas is there in Prakriti. That three Rupas, it's there in the whole universe. That is the vibration of the whole universe. So each beings is reflects the godness. That we can say that Aham Brahmasmi, that in philosophical point of view, we can say. The same, that each woman reflects the goddess, the power through nutrition, wisdom, courage, and creativity. That is the encourages the women as a recognition of their own divinity. That is actually this feminine power in the world. Why I said it is, as we know, we have in Navaratri time, we are celebrating the three forms of Devi, that is Saraswati, Mahalakhsmi, Mahakali, as we know. So how it is Mahakali, we can say it is not the distraction. Why I meant it is empowering the women to challenges and injustice. That is, as we know, that is empower the women to the challenge injustice and break the barriers. Now also because as a woman we have some barriers, some limitations as there still, but once we are overcoming that distraction power, if we have, we can overcome everything. We can overcome what are the limitations we have. So if that is the point, that is the simple of, we can say this Mahakali, the empowering women to challenge injustice, I meant it is Devi is Shakti Rupi. At that Shakti, if any limitations or anything is there in our limitations, we only know. So we can empower ourselves because I'm the divine power. That is, I have the divine power. That is this Mahasaraswati, the power of wisdom and creation. Mahalakhsmi, the power of prosperity and the preservation. Mahakali, the power of destruction. That is. So how it could be? Once we have to overcome the limitations, then the prosperity and the preservation, it's another point. As if we are focusing on empowering this economically, socially, we have to sustain the economical sustainability and the social sustainability should be there. So it is that aspect we can say. Anyway, we know Mahalakhsmi, we are saying Lakshmi Rupa, Lakshmi Aishwaryam Dayini, Aishwarya Dayini Eva. So this prosperity and the preservation we have. So once we are overcoming the limitations and we have the creativities also, as we have the chances, we have this wisdom and the creation. This thing will come spontaneously. It isn't, because why I'm saying is this, it has an devotional background is there, but we can consider these kind of aspects are also. So we know Saraswati is the goddess of learning, knowledge. So wisdom and the creation. So represents the power of wisdom and creation. So encourage the women education and the intellectual freedom to the harness of their innate wisdom. Why I'm saying is, if if we are overcoming the limitations and we will creative. If our mind is not working, when our mind is not working, because if we are not in a good mood and we can't, the thinking ability will change. So we know we have the power, like the feminine power is there. So this wisdom and the creation, then once we are creative, the prosperity will anyway, it will come. Yeah, then if any chances, what are the chances we have, what are the possibilities we have, we can achieve that thing. It's a power, it's a power already there in as a feminine energy. We have to recollect, we have to identify that. That's why Shankaracharya in Advaita philosophy, once we are overcoming the Maya, this is Maya, once we are overcoming, the liberation will happen. Otherwise, if for example, if in Advaita we are saying this Brahma Satyam Jagad Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. But there is other side is there. Once we are overcoming this situations or what are the limitations, then Maya will remove. The ignorance will not be there. Once the ignorance is not there, we can achieve more goals. That is the thing. So then Mahasaraswati concept will be there. No, it will come. Yeah, that's the point. Then once all these things are coming, then I'm giving some examples like strength and courage and the protection. So Ya Devi Sarva Bhudeshu Shakti Rupena Samstita. Yeah, that's a Shakti Rupa, means if this emphasizes the inherent strength and the courage within women, enabling to overcome the difficulties. When we are overcoming the difficulties, we can easily achieve whatever we want. But we have to find out that is Devi. That's so it has an devotional aspect also. Salutation to the goddess who resides in all beings in the form of strength and power. I bow to her again and again. It's a traditional, otherwise it's in, so we can say it is in, what we can say, it is a devotional aspect, but a significance we can think, because if the Shakti is there in it is I am the Shakti Rupi, I am the Shakti Rupi. The inherent strength is there and the courage is there. So that I can overcome the difficulties, what I can do everything. That's a positive mindset, the promotion also. So this is the one of thing, it is the we can recollect from the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ. And next one, we can say this wisdom and the intuition power. See, buddhi rupena samstita. As I said already, Ya Devi Sarva Bhudeshu Buddhi Rupena Samstita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namo. So this is, if once our wisdom, the ignorance is removed, then we have the intellectual ability will increase. The power will increase. It will highlight the wisdom and the discriminant of that. That's in the various phrases. So once we are filled with full of the emotions, we don't have the mindset, we can't think anything. But if the buddhi will work, when, because the Sarva Bhudeshu, this Sarva Bhudeshu means I am also there. So this buddhi is there and resides in all beings. In mine also it is there. So I have to regain that thing. This buddhi we have to working, and wisdom is intuition power. It will improve this. So once we have to think, because I have that power. Like in Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittam, it is the four parts of, we are saying that ego, buddhi, sankalpatmika mana, nischayatmika buddhi. That is it. So if whatever we are thinking, it is sankalpatmika. One, it is conformed. When the buddhi will work, it is conformed. Yeah. The discriminative power. We can say what is wrong, what is correct, what is wrong, and what is which is the right path, which is the wrong path. The discriminative power will have, that is buddhi rupa. So that buddhi rupa is there. So once we are achieving that buddhi rupa, we can achieve whatever we want. That is the intuitive power. The intuitive power we can achieve through this buddhi rupa itself. Then once the buddhi rupa is okay, then the creativity and the innovation will come. That is Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Samstita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. See, this is how it is. Lakshmi Rupa is, if the women is Lakshmi. It is there. The prosperity is there within us. Because when the Prasava Dharmitva is there within us, like Sankhya Vektya Vektya Surubatva Prasava Dharmitva Rupani. Because if the Prasava Dharmitva is only the power of women. Yeah. So this celebrates the women as a creators and contributor to the innovation in various fields, embodying the divine creative power also. So if it is whatever I explained, it means if we are the Lakshmi Rupa, the creative power will be improved and the innovation power also will improve. So that is already there. So then anyway, this prosperity will come. Yeah, we have the more chances itself. Anyway, we are living in this universe, and so the option should be there to explore. This will come once our intellect is working and the wisdom, the ignorance is removed. That it. Then this Dridhi Rupa. Dridhi Rupa is because multi-talented. That is Dridhi Rupa. Actually, it is Dridhi. We can say it is not multi-talented, but Dridhi is what it means. Dridhaika, Dridha Rupa. It's strong and Dridha Rupaika Rupini. Yeah, it's because if a woman patience and resilience in the face of adversity, reflecting their ability to balance the multiple roles. Yeah, that's true. As a woman, we have different roles. As a daughter, sometimes it's a wife and the mother, and in organization and the other people, we have some other roles, like multiple roles we have. So once, if this Dridhi Rupa means Dridhaika Rupatvam is there. We have to, that also it is there. This Shakti Rupini, Maya, Mata is Shakti Rupini. So it's that power is already here in me also. That is, we have to recollect, that we have to find out. So for example, if we have this multi roles, once we will, sometimes we have the emotional imbalancings will be there. That's what. If we are doing so many things in one at a time, and we are doing something, another thing, the emotionally imbalances will be there. So if think this empathy and the emotional intelligence we have, that is Devi, Sarvabhuteshu Hridayena Bhyanugamya Samstita. Because this represents women's emotional intelligence and deep emotional connections, symbolizing the empathy in their interactions. That's it. So if we have that, once we are in the emotional imbalance, once we are in the emotional imbalance, everything will lose. So this is another perspective of the spirituality or the meditations or dhyana, something like that. Because we have to balance our emotions. That is the main thing. That is in Shankaracharya says Jivan Mukta Avastha. Jivan Mukta Avastha means whatever the things are coming, let it be. But it is not affected. It is not, because actually it is not mean it will come. Yeah, as per the situation, it will come, but it won't affect our mindset. That is the emotional intelligence. So once, if as a women, we have that emotional intelligence, but probably sometimes we are not using that emotional intelligence. That's the thing. Sometimes we are not thinking about that, and we are emotionally imbalanced. But think, we are emotionally intelligent. So this empathy and the form of consciousness, all these things it is already there, that we have to recollect. Then the last, the spiritual power and the inner strength. That is Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namo. Yes. That Shanti, the highlights the women's inner strength and the spiritual wisdom, recollecting the divine ability to difficult situations. Sometimes we are in, because it is the Sai Bhava is itself, it is the inner Shanti itself. So that inner strength is Shanti only. Why I am said all these things are in the philosophical perspective itself. Why I am explaining this Vedas and the Upanishads, different perspectives are there. So Egam Sad Vipraha Bahuda Vadhanti, as we know, the different things are explained in the different mode. So I just recollected some of the points from Durga Saptashati. It is not major points. Some of the shlokas I took and I explained as per the power of women, as we can, because these things are there to empower ourselves, because as a women we have so many strengths, and the limitations are also, but this strength we can highlight and we can empower ourselves. That I meant. So hope you have any clarifications, anything is there, we can discuss. And thank you to all to give me an opportunity to share my knowledge. Om Purnamada Purnamida Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Dr. Soumya ji. And that was again a very wonderful talk by you. And you have discussed Mahagauri, Mahasaraswati, Mahalakhsmi, Mahadurga, and with all the inner strength, power, and many such features which we can attain from Durga ji. And you have taken one particular month shloka of Durga Saptashati, Ya Devī Sarvabhuteshu, and discussed various aspects. So we are glad to have that presentation by you. And now the session is open for 5 minutes discussion. If there is any question or any suggestion, anything you would like to add. And I request Soumya ji to kindly stop share the screen.
Yeah.
Is there any question or query or any point of discussion, or chairperson wants to add something?
You know, this is, I mean, I would give other people to ask some question. That's, of course, I have something to add, but
Yeah.
it can wait until the end. So you can give other people some chance if they want to ask.
Yes, the session is open for 5 minutes if some questions or something
4
to
minutes
add.
now. Okay. 4 minutes now. It was 5 minutes earlier. Looks like nobody else has any questions. So yeah, it was beautifully presented, and I think it's more important that you are making it more contemporary. You know, what women should do and what they can learn. I mean, which is very, very important for ancient traditions like that, especially in India. It is very important, and I think if you focused, and most of the time it is practiced, men seek power from Durga. So this is there is no question about it. You know, this is well accepted. Men seek power from Durga. So the only thing is that Durga, when we talk about this for women, then women should also realize they need to act like a Durga also. They shouldn't be acting like, oh, I'm sorry, I need this, I need that, which is a discussion that we need to have. How to give that power. This is not a made-up story, in my opinion. I really think, I agree that women are very powerful. The only thing is that somehow they have kind of left. They don't believe in Durga as much as men do. So I think we need to emphasize this to women, to our betis, our daughters, that they need to. Here is the ideal for them, and this is not a made-up story. This is not a modern, what do you call that? The liberal class trying to make you equal to them and this and that. Because you make somebody, you say, oh, I'll give you the equal status, which obviously means that you are not worth. I'm just giving it to you. If you need this from me, that means you are already not there. So we have to let them claim it, with their action, with their views, with their attitude, and with their, the way that they deal with everything. And I think, I really think that if it was only Shankarji could do it, or Brahmaji could do it, they wouldn't need a Durga. So they needed Durga. That means when everything fails, you need to go there. And that part, I think, that needs to be, our daughters need to claim that, really, really do claim that. And we need to build that kind of attitude, and which I think really so true. But only if they do claim it. If I have to give it to them, I'm not very sure that they will get anywhere. Your comments, if you have any.
It's true. Yes, that what I meant. You explained that in very detailed manner. That is my idea. This is my share. I want to share. Thank
So
you.
this is very important to those of us who have reached certain level in certain sphere, to collaborate and bring this, because my life as a professor is useless if I couldn't practice my own culture that has given my mother, my literal mother also was obviously very powerful. I have told this to many times. I may have told even yesterday in another discussion that if my daughter, if she really stands up to me like my daughter, not like, another woman or something, if she stands up to me, there is no way I can stand up to her. There is no way. The only thing is she has to be what she is rather than pretend to be something. So because I say for all the men, when we wake up, our eyes open, we see a woman's face. And she is the ideal for us. She is my protector. She is my carer. She is my producer. She is everything to me. How can I ever stand up to that face? Can never. But then on the other side, my daughter has to stand up like that. Look, Dad, I care about you. Got to do this. And there is no way I can ever deal with it. So there is no man can ever stand to a woman who acts like motherly, like Durga. If he just stands up, that all the process is done. All the rules and regulations doesn't exist. Nobody really can ever stand, and it doesn't matter which country, whatever, everywhere just same story is the same. Okay.
So with these words, as Dr. Soumya ji explained that Durga ji give us the positive mindset. So I think this celebration, even this discussion, is giving us the positive vibrations, and we are having kind of a celebration here through this symposium. So we are thankful to Dr. Soumya ji for giving this wonderful presentation. And now it's time to invite the third speaker of the day. And our third speaker has joined from California with us. And our third speaker is Miss Jyoti Nath Yelagalawadi ji. She is an entrepreneur, storyteller, and a doctoral student. She started a publishing company over 20 years ago with the idea of publishing books for children and to give a voice to children. She also teaches children the art of creative writing and has published over 8,000 works written by children between the ages 6 to 18 as part of anthologies, collections, and solo books. She has written books on how to write creatively and has published over 80 short stories dealing with animals and legendary heroes from different indigenous cultures. She reads the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ every year during Sharad Navratri and retold them to bring awareness of the greatness of the Devi to children and general audience. These stories are available on her YouTube channel. To further her interest in stories, Jyoti ji has decided to do research in the area of Hindu text and traditions and is working towards a PhD in Hindu Studies at Hindu University of America, that is in Florida. And today she will be speaking on the light within. So we welcome you, Jyoti ji.
Namaste. Am I audible, visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, but you are not.
Just a minute. I don't see myself at all.
Then you can even remove the background if it is not permitting you that way.
Choose. Am I now visible?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Now fine. Now perfect.
See,
Now,
I'm still available. Is the background straight or is it?
Everything
showing,
is perfect. Everything is perfect now.
Okay. Namaste.
Namaste.
First of all, Aparna ji, thank you for inviting me today, and Thank you for this forum. I'm talking about what the light within. Okay. So on this day of Durga Ashtami, wishes to all of you. I am just hankering back to the days when I used to just enjoy this festival by putting dolls, arranging dolls in a golu. I come from the South India, so something like a golu is what we would call it. And I also grew up in Gujarat, so I would do the Garba Dandiya. So that is what of this festival is just having a fun time, dressing up beautifully, having nice arrangements of dolls every year, buying a new doll, showing off our handicrafts, and then dancing around the Devi. So this is the memory that I have, and have been doing it for many years. It was recently that in the few years that I started reading the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, and it showed so much. So it showed to be so much more than just having the Vishnu and Lakshmi as a main doll, and I'm using the word doll here. Okay, doll on top of the 7 steps, and then after that, one Devi after the other. Growing up in a home where a woman was very important, who was given a lot of importance in the house, who could do whatever she wanted to do. I noticed that I always did believe that a woman has the ability to do a lot more and is not just a housewife, or not just a mother, or not just a sister, or such. And I would show that I felt that, oh, I'm a feminist, and I want to show everyone how important they are. And so my Navratri Golu would actually depict the importance of a woman. But it was a very shallow sort of a understanding that I had of what a woman is. So I kept reading this, and without a necessary guru as such, I was just reading the Mahatmyam as a story. I've been a storyteller for years, and even as a student in school, I could sit in the middle of a room and start telling a story, and people would start coming. All my friends would enjoy it. So storytelling has been part of me. So I was telling stories of all these Devis and all that to my children, and to my children's friends, and to others. And they were just like stories to me here. And so when I was told one day that, you should tell the story of the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, I started telling the stories, and I told them as stories. They were just, there was this woman who is, she is Maya, and then she's somewhere within the world, and then the gods call her and then give her their weapons one after the other, and makes her strong, and she is able to kill the asuras, because after all, the asura was given a boon that she would cannot be killed, that he could not be killed by a man, or by an animal, or by a god, or by a demon. So he had not asked for women, because a woman can't do anything, and so a woman has to kill. So that was the way I was looking at those stories. And then when I started reading it, I noticed that there was a much deeper meaning to all of this. And I see that Srishti, creation, is feminine. Because if you look at it, it's only the female Shakti that can give give rise to. Without the male, there isn't any Shrishti either. So the equality between the two and the ability to have both together was an essential thing, is how I look at it. Being a writer, creativity is an essential part of every writer, right? So, and it is it's not just every writer. Any artist of any form has to create. And where does that creation come from? What is that Shakti? What is that creative power that is coming through? These are the two questions that would come to me all the time. What is the female power of Srishti? Why is this Devi always? I mean, why is why is it this Asura asks for, okay, only a woman cannot kill me? And why is it here that we are saying that every artist requires to have the ability to create? So these were the two questions that used to keep on coming in my mind. And I'm looking at the stories here, and I noticed that there is this energy which is innately feminine, which comes through and is able to, which we give chapa to, and is able to create something. This energy pervades every aspect of the universe. May it be a human, may it be an animal, maybe it's a tree, maybe it is just the very vibrations around the every atom of the universe. And it is that beautiful energy, which the devas in the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, where they actually praise her twice, once in the beginning and then towards the end, praise her to be that very sound, the primordial sound, the Om, where the thought, they praise her to be the Shruti, the word, the Vedas, the thoughts, the bearer of the thoughts, the doer, the one who, where it has got done. Every little thing is there is this energy, which is Devi, which they say is Devi, and that is the Maya, that is Yoga Maya, that exists within and without everything. And she, when you are able to harness that energy, that is when you are able to create, you are able to defeat, you are able to so either create, maintain, or destroy. It is only when you are able to harness that energy which is around you, which is within you, which is within the other person who is against you. It is that energy that you are able to you harness, and you are able to do anything at all. So when I was when you're so this is a kind of an epiphany that I had at a particular moment, and I tried to see whether that is exactly what our Devī-Mahātmyaṁ is saying, or is there much more, or is it just my own feeling that, you know, I want to feel this because I am this, you know, I be great, and you know, we should be this as Balram ji was saying that, and the previous speaker, woman should think that she has the power. Am I just thinking that I have the power and hence saying such a thing, or is that that creative power really within us? So when I look at the stories and start off with the story of Madhu Kaitaba, where there are there are these two asuras, Madhu and Kaitava, who need to be destroyed. So the story is such that at the time of nothingness, when in this cycle of the universe being created, and it is all there, and we are, and the beings of the universe go about their daily chores, and then after a while, after millions of years, the entire universe is collapsing within and is getting dissolved. And at that period, after the dissolution, between the dissolution and the resurrection of this universe, there is this period of nothingness, shunya, complete shunya. At that time, in the Milky Ocean, where Vishnu is sleeping on his shaya, on the serpent, on the Sheshanaga, on that particular bed, where he is lying down, deep asleep, where the illusion of Maya is filled within him, within every pore of him, and he is asleep closely, completely to the entire universe. At that point, the Brahma is coming up, issued through from his navel, where the lotus is born from his navel, and on atop that is Brahma. Also in a complete feeling of nothingness there. Slowly, just as there is darkness everywhere, and somewhere very, very far away, there is this possibility of a little light. It is that light that Brahma sees when he opens his eyes and notices that there is evil around. That darkness that is around and needs to be dissolved. But Vishnu is not waking up. Brahma prays to Yoga Maya, the energy that is creating this necessity to be close to the world, close to everything. And she issues forth from Vishnu's nostrils, from Vishnu's mouth, from every pore of his. And as she issues forth, Vishnu wakes up. And this amazing energy that is coming out from him, issuing forth from Vishnu, is able to help Vishnu destroy Madhu and Kaitava. That energy is within him, within Vishnu. It was within Brahma also. But the necessity to come out, to issue forth, had to be there. And hence, so Brahma had to invoke that energy to come out. That happened forth as you go as you go forth in the story where we have Mahishasuramardini. There too, the requirement to kill, the requirement to destroy the evil which has come through as this big buffalo asura, Mahishasura, has to come in. And again, the Devas have invoked, with the help of Vishnu and Shiva, invoke the energy which is within them. It is the energy has come from, it's already lying within all the gods and goddesses also, and all across everyone, and that energy is coming out. So it isn't that, okay, I am going to give you my weapon and make you strong, but you are the energy within me, and I am issuing you, bringing you forth, and I will give you the Vajra, as Indra will say, gives the Vajra, as Vishnu gives the Chakra. It is not giving, it is that energy which is coming, that is innately within every Devata and every being there, that comes and says, okay, it is time for our universe to have enough of this evil that is there in the form of the evil part of the energy which is going around, the darkness which is there, and the darkness needs to be dissolved. And so this energies within have come in, and gets rid of Mahishasura. We know that in the Markandeya Upanishad that we notice that the storytelling line is where Rishi Markandeya is telling the story to his student Bugari, okay, who has asked, I would like to know about Devi, and he's telling Rishi Markandeya is telling the story. It's not a new story. He's telling a story which was told to him, and which was thousands of years before, which was told by Rishi Medhas, which Rishi Medhas had told Surata and Samadhi to Surata being a king who had been betrayed and has gone into by his own people, and Samadhi, a merchant who has been betrayed by his own people and who are searching for a place for Shanti. And they have come to Rishi Medhas, and Rishi Medhas is telling them the story as to what is it that, how can one have this feeling of Shanti. And to understand that, he is telling the story of creation, saying that the energy of the Shakti is within you to feel whatever you want to feel strong and defeat someone in war, to defeat the pain that you are feeling within you, to defeat the evil Shakti, the darkness which is within you, that so that you can create whatever beautiful things that you want to understand that you are capable of creating. You require to know first that the Shakti is within you. So where we see here the evil Mahishasura, the evil Shumbha, Nishumba, which we come to later on, the Madhu Kaitaba, these are, yes, externally as a story, these are evil asuras who could be from a rival gang, if you would say, or a rival country, who want to make sure that you are defeated. The same way for Surata Samadhi, it is the external enemy of the, and then it is their family who has betrayed them. Or you could see that within yourself, the feeling of creation and the feeling of, I wouldn't, for lack of a better word, I would say laziness or inability to create, that darkness, that tussle within you that is coming along and stopping you from creating things, that darkness which is within you, how can you fight that? That is what this Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, what I was able to get through from the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ here. And as the story flows on, and Shumba and Nishumba fight against this, their generals Chanda and Munda see these, this beautiful woman who they want to bring to their king, who has won the entire universe. They are the rulers of the heavens. They are the rulers of the netherworlds. They are the ruler of the human worlds. They are the rulers of everything, where they have made the entire universe work in a totally different way, in a different order, where the sun no longer shines the way it should. The moon no longer rises up in the evening as it should. Nothing is following its own dharma, because they have all been defeated. All the gods who work their own dharma have been defeated, and that defeat needs to be that wrong has to be righted within us also. The days of, oh, I just comes up, I don't want to wake up. I have so much work in front of me. I just don't want to wake up. Oh, I have to get up and I have to take the children to school. Then I have got to work. I have come home. Now I'm going to have to, my boss is going to get mad at me because I have not finished my stuff. All those feelings of, frustration that is all built up within us, and hence I cannot create what I want to create. I cannot write my story, for instance. I cannot think about and tell, and I just don't want to wake up at all. Then how do I, this is at a very nominal sense, we're not looking at the big esoteric meaning here, a very, very basal sense, I just don't want to get up. Then can I harness that energy within me, which we say is Shakti, because she is creating, okay, and hence the feminine. And so can we harness that? And for that, reading this Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, understanding that the Shakti is within you and that it can create, it is a light that is there within you. It is not just within you, it is within everyone around. And at times the darkness takes over, and that light that is within you has to come out as an energy. Just come and brighten up the whole world. So that is the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ to me. The story that I read, I will not call it a story anymore. The true. I say it is the trueness of truth, the truth that lies within all of us. As I read that every day, part by part, and we'll finish reading it tomorrow this year, I see the light that is within all of you, within me, that we feel like coming and listening to more about what this energy is that can bring forth the wonders that can be on this earth, can dissolve all the evil that is there in this earth and the universe, and make this a much more beautiful place. So if we can do that as a regular sadhana, understanding that there is this beautiful energy within each one of us, it is a light that dissolves all the darkness, then I think this world would be a better place. So that is all I have for today. And before I finish, I just would like to say a shloka, just one. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. She is all, she is me, she is you, she is within us all.
Thank you, Jyoti ji. And as you have told that realizing the energy within us is the main purpose of, is the another way of looking at Durga. And with the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ, you have described it so well, and everybody should know that when we are in the tussle kind of a situation, it is always that we are surrounded by some darkness, and we have to overcome that. By the energy, by enlightening our energy that is present within us. So that was a new kind of presentation from you. And now there is now the session is open for 5 minutes for discussion.
Dr. Aparna, I want to say something.
Sure. Well,
I wish to congratulate all the 3 speakers spoken today, but at the same time, I have a question, particularly to Dr. Jyoti, that why then misuse of the laws in India, the Sexual Harassment Act at the workplace and Domestic Violence Act at the household front? So how to check these misdeeds, basically misuse of the laws by women?
You are muted.
So how to check the misuse of laws by women or towards women, or both?
By the women. By the women.
Well, again, whether it is man or woman, the Shakti is within. the acknowledgement that the light is within, the energy is within, that we are Devi, should be there. And it is sad, and it is true that some women do misuse power, but just as men do. Okay, so there is what I was trying to say here is that whether you are male or female, whether you are whatever the gender is physically, there is a Shakti within you, which is feminine, because she creates, and in short, creation is feminine. Okay, so she has not understood that Shakti is within her, Shakti is within the other, and she misuses it. In today's day and world, there is a bhagam dodi, na? You are just running after the material thing that is right in front of you. If that is what you are seeing as the creative, as the successive thing, as what makes you successful and is only the outer thing, then obviously the evil, the darkness is going to show up more. And if a woman herself, if she starts getting evil, if the evilness is there, obviously the darkness is getting even darker, and there has to be some light that it's going to spark and fight that, and hopefully that comes soon.
Self-destructive will be proving. It will prove to be self-destructive.
Yeah, sometimes one has to destroy the self, or I should say, always the person we have to destroy the self, the aham that is there, in order to gain the true knowledge.
Keep it up.
Thank you, Professor Goelji, for asking that question. And if our chair like to add something.
No, I think we took the time. As I normally try to fill up the time for your 5 minutes. It's very nicely. These are very important things. Particularly, Jyoti ji has a perspective much broader, because she lives in the United States and she has seen a lot of these things, and would like to maybe she can respond how this kind of understanding can be created for any culture and every culture.
Well, I've always felt that when a person listens to a story or reads a story, the curiosity is built to understand what may this mean. So telling more of these stories, telling it to a wider audience, not just our children and not just their Indian friends or their Hindu friends, but telling these stories out in everywhere. Taking this, just even if you take them as just as stories, the stories in the way they have been actually told in our Upanishads and in our Puranas, not by adding things that maybe it is like this, maybe it is like this, and trying to tell the story in different ways, but actually retelling them the way they have been told and letting them come to a wider audience. See, for instance, Medhas has told the story Rishi Medhas tells the story in one way. Rishi Markandeya does not tell the story in a totally different way. He says, Rishi Medhas told this story in this way. This is what he said. So that the storyteller needs to be able to retell a story in its correct way, in the way it was said, and just retell it without any external things. And then that story will create a curiosity within the other to understand what it is. Not everyone will be interested, but a good number will be, and slowly that number will rise. And I think whichever culture it is, whoever it is, will feel that innate need to understand that I, you, we all are one, and have the same thing that goes within all of us. I mean, that is what I would.
I tell you a joke and then tell you my point. That, in India, there is a joke that, the Sardarjis are fools. They don't understand and this and that. So one Sardarji decided that I'll go make fool of others. So he went and then he posed himself, you can't see my face, like this, and he stood in the middle of the road. And And then, and he won't say anything. He realized that people will be fooled. They will not know why I'm doing this. And then after 15, 20 minutes doing, he looked behind. He saw only a Sardarji is doing like that behind him. So he didn't fool anybody. So by that, what I'm trying to tell is, if we act like Sardarji, we are going to tell our story. And then only we are telling a story to ourselves, our type of people. So that's the danger. Now I'm in Spain right now. I've been to Italy and of course, I live in the United States, been to many countries. I saw in the church, it is not Jesus Christ, but Mother Mary, with the crown and everything. So we need, I just felt like that, look like, to me, look Saraswati Devi. If you just don't tell that you are sitting in a church, it is just like a Saraswati Devi. So we need to find, Mother Mary, for whatever thing that they have given, how she had conceived the child and how the child was born or whatever. But it's still the creation of Mother Mary. They couldn't deny that. So we need to find connections so that then people feel that this power is there. Being a mother is very, very important for empowering women. And rather than in United States, as you know, there is the demand that we need to have the right to abortion. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? Durga ji asking for right to abortion? That would look so silly, because this empowers them. Whatever. I don't mean that, they have to do something that they don't want to do. That, of course, would be there. But this should be done in such a way that it connects to their empowerment and their strength, their inner strength, their role, their all kind of stuff. Like I said, even church could not forget. Otherwise, they don't give any credit. In India, I know so many women leaders. They are running their own, like Ammaji in the south and others, that they are running their own, spiritual centers. You don't see any of that in the United States. You will never see any of those, but they still cannot deny Mother Mary, because, that's a powerful role she had played. So that's what I meant.
Yeah, well, definitely true. We have to connect with what each one has, and that should be done. Slowly, understanding has to grow between one another.
Yeah, we should find a way, those of us who are living outside, to bring our culture in such a way that these people also understand that, you cannot deny this. This is really true, rather than just talking about only Indian situation.
Definitely, we have to have more academics.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So it's about the elements that we can pick up from our Devī-Mahātmyaṁ series, or the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ stories, from where the elements can be translated into different cultures, different as per the diaspora, and then that can be very well connected to the locals, and so that the elements and the gist of that can be passed, as I understand through your conversation.
Yeah,
so,
the empowerment should show. There is Jyoti, and there are many other Jyotis like that. When they understand that, and if it comes out, then people just see that, wow, that is really true. Rather than them telling that, oh, women in India are so suppressed, oppressed, there is no role, they never get anything. Only men make decisions. It's a patriarchy system, this and that, all kind of. We just finished our Pitra Paksh. Patriarchy words from Pitra Paksh. Pitra does have both mother and father, but they don't understand, so they kind of separate something, divert us, and then we somehow, I'm eternally grateful to my mother. I told one of my friends once, this happened 25 years ago. I was just barely faculty for 2 years, and I was talking about the role of mothers in families. And I said, if my mother calls, I just gave an example. I said, she calls me, she was illiterate, but it didn't matter to me. She was everything to me. If she calls me today, says, beta, tomorrow you pack up and come home. I said, no question will be asked. I'm a professor. It doesn't really matter. My mother is so much more important. If she just said that, I want you to pack and come home, I will pack and go home. That's it. There is no, this kind of value that we give it to our mothers, and we somehow have given this role for somebody else to interpret it for me. My mother was illiterate, actually. She didn't know how to write. It didn't matter. Somehow that literacy has become now the standard. So those who are not literate, they don't get anything. It doesn't really matter. They say, the men who make the decision. I know I come from a farming family. My mother was running all this stuff. She used to tell what will be happening where and that kind of stuff in very traditional way, and then everybody was doing it. But they don't think unless he has a bank account and writes a checkbook that she doesn't have any value. These are the kind of things that I'm talking about. That when the women are really empowered and they know, they saw it, that becomes a very different game. So anyway, it's a good thing to consider, good thing to discuss, a good thing to design. I mean, like I said, when I go to other places and discuss them, women go talk to people in this world, that how women in a very traditional way can do anything. You know, they can even kill, no problems. They have killed. You know, somebody said once to me, don't call, you know, some in Hindi language like Sahab, Singh Sahab. They say, oh no, I shouldn't say Singh Sahab, because those people who remove tan dhad se juda, you know, sir tan se juda, we know whom they are referring to. And they said, well, you know, those people will get very upset. I said, well, I thought the tradition of chopping people's off was done in India, and then Kali ji is the first one who can carry this whole nine heads in her neck. So don't tell me that, you know, this is something only somebody else can do, not in our culture. Actually, even women can do that. So then, you know, this just empowers them that, you know, I'm not saying that that's what we should go around to cut people's head off. But the point is that if you be across the limit, that will happen to you. And even women can do in India. I mean, you know, there are so many other traditional things that women have done, especially about being queen, taking over as a king's job, including fighting in the battle. Only Indians have done it, nobody else. I mean, there was a Queen Elizabeth, but she never went to fight. But there was a Queen Lakshmi Bai, and she did take the sword the next day. And then she went and fought valiantly. So those are the kind of thing that comes from the mindset of Indian women. Not all of them, I'm sorry to say, but, you know, I think this is something that I was talking to Jyoti ji also, how to move this thing forward.
Thank you for the discussion, sir, and thank you, Jyoti ji, for joining us at I think 6 a.m. your time.
Right now it is 7.
It's not right now.
It's become 7 now. Yes.
Thank you. That means we are on time, but as per the program, we are late by 15 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. So it's time to invite the last speaker of the day, last invited speaker. And we have among us Dr. C.L. Prabhakarji, and he is a renowned Sanskrit and Vedic scholar. He is PhD from Center for Advanced Study in Sanskrit in 1968 with Shukla Yajurveda study. His work was guided by Dr. N.J. Shindeji, Dr. G.V. Devasthaliji, and Dr. C.G. Kashigarji, well-known professors in Veda and Sanskrit. He is retired professor of Sanskrit, now director of Veda Adhyana Kendra, Bangalore, and president WAVE's Bangalore chapter. He was awarded with the honor of Lifetime Achievement Award by WAVE's International and India for his great service to Vedas and epics. He is spreading Veda and heritage through teaching and research in Vedas and Sanskrit. The great scholar of our Sanatan Dharma, Professor Prabhakarji, always provides us extempore lectures with excellent and relevant quotes that are available on his Veda Adhyana Kendra website also. Currently, he is the chief editor of annual journal Ved Ganga and monthly bulletin Ved Nath Sarata. And today he is speaking on Durga the Skilled Warrior with grace and compassion. We welcome you, Dr. C.L. Prabhakar, sir.
Thank you very much for the introduction you have given regarding me. Every time I think of the Durga Saptashati, it is very much new. But still today, under the chairmanship of our Balaram Simha, we are just having so much to talk about the Devī-Mahātmyaṁ and 700 slokas, 13 chapters drawn out from Markandeya Purana. Markandeya is a great Devi Bhakta, and somehow it has become highly popular. And there is also the interference of Tantra for that Devī-Mahātmyaṁ to make it more and practical, experienceable and enjoyable and spiritual, and at the same time to get the moksha. So I just make prayer and then start. Devi Prapannarti Hare Prasida Prasida Mataha Jagato Khilasya Prasida Visveshwari Pahi Vishwam Tvamishwari Devi Characharasya Jadevi Sarvabhuteshu Matrurupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Siva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Jaya Tvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutartiharini Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute. So I am being given the topic to talk about the skill Durga Parameswari, or a lady par excellence, as a skilled warrior with grace, with compassion. Because warriors cannot always be the butchers or murderers or simply, but they are also to be having some kind of dharma. Yuddha dharma, yodha dharma, and all that has also to be taken. So, and when you take a skilled warrior, as Valmiki Maharshi puts it, she is a Rana Vidushi or Rana Pandita. A Rana Pandita will be very alert, agile, and very aware of so many things. So, Valmiki Maharshi says, Sarvato Charayan Chakshuhu Rana Panditaha. One has to be simply twirling the eye from all directions and see that you don't know how the enemy comes to attack and harm, because Randhran Vaishno hi Vidveshnaha. So the enemies, they are always looking for some weak point so that they can win. But a skilled warrior who is always Jayanti, and who for being Jayanti is to cause Mangala, that is to show grace, and also become Kali when they are fighting. But that fighting or war should be for Bhadram, to provide protection and safety and security and long life and all that. And she is also interested to give importance for the enemies that come when mostly she is fighting with her own bhaktas. Matrurupena, so she, even mother, cannot always show her compassion to the children. She has to be also strict, disciplined, so that the children will learn from the mother good things also, careful things also, besides their own chestas. And moreover, she has to be Kshama, she has to have a lot of patience and forbearance, and at the same time management of the enemies also up to the satisfaction, up to their satisfaction. And she is Dhatri, and moreover she is not any woman, she is Swadha and Namaskara. Swadha for the Pitru Devatas and Namaskara for the Devatas. So they have to balance the satisfaction, Trupti to Pitrus and also gods. So this is the nature. In fact, we have been trying to understand the various characters of strength, prowess and compassion, etc. of Devī Durga from the Tale of Durga, Durga Charitam. So 700 slokas. The nature of these slokas are not completely 2 lines, even 1 line also, 1 sentence also. Rishri Vacha, Devi Vacha, are all these taken as the mantras, and so the ahutis are happened. And there are so many ways how best we can invoke and invoke the energy and sahayam of the Devi. And as we know, there are 3 charitas divided into telling about the Swaroopam. And why do you want to see? Actually, all people born on the land have got desires. Rupam dehi, jayam dehi, yasho dehi, dvisho jehi. These are the 4 things. So Rupam is arogyam, By the word Rupam, we understand several meanings. Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, we have to be fighting because life is not easy. We have to struggle. We have to find solutions. We have to get over the crisis and all that. Jayam Dehi. And that Jayam should not bring you this way. So if you have to get the Yasho Dehi, because the Sharira is not permanent, but we have got to have a Sharira, I mean Yashaha, which is permanent, long-standing, because it is said that Adibim Adiraja Yasobimbam Adarsham Prapya Vangmayam Desham Asannidhanepi Pasya Naswayam Nasyati is Dandin Maharshi, who says that, so the Yasobimbam is important. Therefore, she is Durga Parameswari not only teaches to be just a drastic warrior, but there should be also management, and that's why in the Manusuktam of Rigveda we have got the suggestion by the Rishi that Rujan Pramrudan Prehi Shatrun. So don't kill Sadhrus, but you just make them learn and give them all kind of punishment and see that they become better. And killing is the last thing that anybody would do. And therefore, she is a skilled, graceful, compassionate warrior. That is the Nari Shakti. A woman is a mother. Therefore, she cannot always be ruthless and very cruel to her children or to the, because the entire world is her own. Sarvabhuta Hite Rata. She is always interested in the safety, security, prosperity, continuity, etc. of all bhutas. She is not having any ego or any kind of enmity by herself, but she has to see that people lose their ego, madam, garvam, because anybody has having in some more strength, they want to exercise it for a negative purpose. Therefore, that is the, and Durga Parameswari teaches all people that you manage, you try to oppose, you try to counteract, but see that people learn. And when they cannot learn further, you can just give them moksham. So all gods are also killers. Let us not think that gods are gods only all protectors. No, they are also very good. So Agni, Vayu, Surya, Chandra, they are the visible killers also, although they are very much helpful to us. Now let us go to, because I am the last speaker, I cannot make you stand long time, but quickly I have to finish my presentation by saying what is that. You know, in order to have this kind of Durga Saptashati application, because this is today is Durga Ashtami, and Durga Parameswari is being celebrated in number of ways according their own interest, bhakti, shraddha, circumstances and context and all that. In Nepal, Durga is different. In Bengal, Durga is different. Mahakali, Swarupas are there. And this Durga Parameswari as a warrior, she has to become three important rupas. One is Mahakali, Mahalakhsmi, Mahasaraswati. The earlier speakers are very well represented who are all these things, but the outlook or the focus made on Durga completely different. But now we should say, why should Durga be born as a warrior also? Because what is she? She is just Tejo Rasi. She has a Tejo Rasi floodlight standing on the peak of the mountain. And slowly, when all gods have made a praise, then she becomes a Nari. And the moment she becomes a Nari, most beautiful, powerful woman, all gods come and empower her and give her all gods give their strength. Actually, when gods went and asked Devi, and Devi said, I don't want you to come and help me in the war. I have my own Shaktis. Mukhya Shaktis are there. And so I can take many forms according as the requirement. For example, we celebrate the Dasara, first of all, as the Shailaputri, strength and grounding, the inner strength, able to meet all kinds of inner opposition and difficulties and calamities that one comes across in their life. She is just the daughter of Himavan. Himavan is Shaila. Shaila is strong. It cannot be broken easily. And then next we have got her looking as a brahmacharini. She is devoted to show that penance and devotion to all people. But penance and devotion or the inner strength exhibition or all that can be retained only when she is a Chandraghanta. That is all the time we have been listening. Courage, bravery, and power to destroy the enemies who come with different powers and with madam. And next form of that Devi is Kushmandi. That is Kushmanda Devi, creativity and power of cosmic energy and all that is imbibed in her. And of all these things, she looks like she is also taken as Skanda Mata, because Nari Shakti, Nari means no enemy at all. Nobody hates a woman. Na Ari Yasyaha Sa Nari. Therefore, everybody likes a woman, basically, and therefore everybody is in a problem. Mohyante mohitastatra mohameshyati janaha. So she is one who will captivate and infatuate all people. So she becomes that. And so she has to be a mother promoting everybody's desire and protection and compassion. And it is hard to define mother, Mata. So every time we say Matru Devo Bhava, Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwaraha, Bandhavaha Sivabhaktascha Swadesho Bhavanatrayam. So Parvati is the Mata. In fact, she has taken all that motherhood, but besides motherhood, she has also to punish all those who go astray. That's why in Lalita Sahasranamam, we have Dushta Danava Bhanjini. She only does the bhanjana and not giving them. Bhanjana also refers to giving them moksha. And also Sadhya Prasadini also. And next form of her is the Rupam, Katyayini. So the Katyayini Swarupam is important, what we have got to think. That is, she is the fierce, she is a warrior, she is a tremendous energy, untiring energy, able to face a fierce battle with Rakshasas, Danavas, who have all taken a lot of boons from Brahmadeva and who do not like to be killed by male deities. They think that women are nobody. They can kill them. If all women were to come, they can win over them. So that is what is the impression for all the Rakshasas when they asked for boon. They accepted women in their. Similarly, Ravana, when he was asked to give, he accepted Vanaras and Manavas. And again, where he should be killed? Samare. Only Ravana could be killed in war. Similarly, all the other Rakshasas could be killed only in war. Madhu. So that's why we have got that Katyayini. Next, also, she is taken as a Kalaratri, means there she is the destroyer of ignorance, a destroyer of the Maya, and provider of courage and all that. And ultimately, she becomes Mahagauri, known for purity, tranquility, Shanti, and all that. And ultimately, what is she? Siddhidatri. In Ujjaini, we have got Parasiddha Devi temple. You can imagine that there. So, Siddhidatri, even Shiva, all people are subservient to her. They disappear. In Soundarya Shankaracharya tells that all gods stand at her footstool waiting for the postings and orders, and taking the foot dust of Lalita Parameswari, Soundarya Devata, they start their work. That is, they get the permission. And ultimately, all are given the birthlessness because they don't want to be born. So she is Siddhidatri as long as one is living in the world. and all the Swargapavargada Devi. And in fact, as the story tells us that a Kshatriya, a Vaisya go to a Brahmin, and for sake of solution, because as already known, that Kshatriya was deserted by all people just with the pretext of going for hunting. He disappears from the land, from the Rajyam, and escapes and goes to the ashrama, finds lot of peace, meets the Swamiji there. And Vaisya also was deserted, was thrown away by his own relatives because people are interested in the money, in the property, in the wealth, not in the person. This all, it has been there. Nobody wants parents, but they want parents' property and all that comfort. So these two people came, Vaisya, a businessman, Kshatriya, a ruler. So these two people come and they are both have got similar difficulty. They ask the Brahmin, and that Maharshi tells, Aya, it is all Mahamaya who does all these things in this world. Therefore, what is the solution? They ask, by our mind is not being steady. To control our mind, what should we do? Then that Swamiji tells, Tamupaihi Maharaja Saranam Parameswarim Aradhita Saiva Drunam Bhoga Swarga Apavargada. So these three things she is able to provide depending upon the taste, depending upon the requirements. You know, for example, when that Suratha asked Devi, when she appeared, he asked to rule the land for a long time and get back the world. And when Vaisya, he doesn't want, so it just became different. So like that, the desires, goals are different, though they are born in that. So here you observe, actually war is not there. She's Ajata, Shatru. But what to do? The gods are being troubled. So because Dushta Danava Bhanjini and also Devakarya Samudjata. So she has come up only to fulfill the work of the Devas or gods or the government. In Bangalore, Vidhan Saudha top, at the entrance you got that government work is God's worship. I don't know if anybody watched it. So one has to see government work is God's work. So whoever enters into Vidhan Saudha, they are all doing the God's work, not anybody. But you know, so that is the feeling that has been given to you. And now I don't want, she doesn't, she is not ready. But moreover, she has given a promise to all gods, Yada Yada Danavotha Badha Bhavishyate Tada Tada Bhavishyami. Whenever there is a difficulty for the good, dharma and all that, then I have to take form one or the other. So in this Durga Saptashati, she has to become Mahakali because she is Yoga Nidra Devi. Haranetra Krutalayam Yoga Nidra. So the Vishnu was simply sleeping. And he is Nischaitanya. Chaitanya is not there in Vishnu. So all Brahma Deva, because the Madhukaitava Rakshasas who are born out of the Kivimala or the earwax of Vishnu. So Madhukaitavas are children only, sons only to Vishnu. But when they go astray, the parents have got to punish. So the Mahakali, Nidra Devi, she occupied the Haranetra Kruta in the eyes. So they made a prayer and Mahakali, she comes out and tells, don't worry, I'll give the Chaitanya Shakti to Vishnu and he will fight. Actually, Vishnu fought with Madhukaitavas for 1,000 years. That's what the account tells. Such a long. Ultimately, Madhukaitavas agreed because that was their desire to fight with gods, something like Saturn. So they fought with Vishnu and ultimately Vishnu got the consent to take away the life because the bhaktas one cannot kill bhakta. Bhaktas must agree to give up their life. Then when in Yama forum, Devi or Deva comes up. So here Madhukaitavas were killed and that point is over in Prathama Charitam. And so in how she fought or made Vishnu to fight. And that is again her Shakti only coming out as a Mahakali. And in the second Charitam, we observe again war for her, poor girl, poor woman. She has no rest at all. Shanti Rupena is last look. But she has to be doing something. Vishnuriyena Dasavatara Gahane Chipto Mahasankate. So yeah, that's what Bhartrihari says. So Vishnu is only Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam, Vishnu. Whereas Shiva is absolutely peaceful. Shivam, Shantam, Jagannatham. Look at these two fellows. Brahma is also Brahma Yena Kulalavanniyamite Brahmanda Bhandodare. In Brahmanda Bhanda, he has been creating. So in the second section, there is no war actually. But she has to become a Mahalakhsmi because the Mahishasura, that Mahishasura was overpowering everybody in the world, deprived all portfolios of all the gods. He took hold of all portfolios, something like the Prime Minister. He has to distribute the portfolios to all people and elected people. But this Mahishasura did not do it. He dethroned Indra and all people. They are in the street losing their power. Then when they requested, she became a floodlight. Tejo Rasa Samudbhava. So when the Tejas ultimately became a woman, and she became a Mahalakhsmi, and then she started fighting with that. So the last speaker talked about the light, the inner Shakti or outer Shakti. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Jyoti Rupena Samstita. That Jyoti is constant, all round visible with agility. So she became a woman, and therefore she was able to kill Chanda, Munda, and the Senadipatis of Mahisha. And Mahisha also, first he fought with her in Bison Forum, Mahisha in a buffalo. And she was able to overpower. Again, he became a man, human forum. Look at the ways, but whatever way the enemy takes up, she's a skilled warrior. She could control, resist, encounter, and ultimately she captured that Durga, that Mahishasura. She tried to put her Trisulam into his neck and put her leg upon the chest and finished him. So look at the manner of how she was able to punish. And also here it is said that Kupita anta kair nanu jivate kupita antaka darshanena anta. Who can continue life in body when Antaka, when Yama comes with a great ferocious anger. So as long as Yama is kind, we can continue our life. When Yama is angry, then we have to give up. So Kupita Antaka Darsanena is Markandeya Maharshi. And that's how Mahalakhsmi was able to, in Mahalakhsmi Swarupam. That's exactly, the title tells us that characters of strength means all the characters of strength are embedded in Mahalakhsmi Swarupam. She is any and everybody. She is able to do all that. That is the woman energy, Nari Shakti. If Nari is not respected, she becomes a Mari. So Durga Parameswari became a Mari to all these deity, all these Rakshasas, because they wanted to marry. Next episode, you see that when she was so beautiful, so exquisitely beautiful and enchanting, then that report was given by a Rakshasa who saw her, that it was only Parvati who just was praised by all gods in Tatri Tritiya Charitam. She came to bathing, to snan, in Ganga. She came just to take bath. And looking at all gods in deep sorrow and making her praise, then Parvati said, don't worry, I take care of these Rakshasas, Shumbha, Nishambha and all that troop. So you go. And they also said, she also said, you don't come and help me. You just give your energy, power, strength, and ayudhas to me. I will make and manage the whole show. So in the third Charitam, you observe that she became a Mahasaraswati. Actually, our Mahasaraswatis, Mahalakhsmis, Mahakalis have spoken today and all these 9 days. And Aparna and Balram Singh have chosen to talk about Mahadevi with Durga Saptashati. And in the third Charitam, as you see, Shumbha, Nishambha. And the proposal was that she must agree to marry because Ratnahari to Parthivaha. So she is a Stri Ratnam, so she cannot be independent. And he wanted, and moreover, the proposal was Nishambha could send that you can marry me, if not my brother. So you can choose between our brothers for marry alliance because you are Ratnam. We are all Haris. Then she said, you know, the woman is a wonderful. If man thinks he's intelligent, woman is more intelligent than man. Nobody can deny. That's what Kalidasa says. You see, Parvati, Shiva wanted to look at the naked beauty of Parvati very much, but Parvati was a little shy. And when he opened two eyes and looked down, then what Parvati did, she just closed the third eye. We opened third eye to look at her beauty. And then Parvati understood, she just covered the third eye with her kiss and mouth, lips. So thereby, there the interpretation is Parvati is more intelligent than, that's why she is the, that's why Shiva Shakti Eka Swarupini, Shiva Shakti Eka Saman. So that's why Lalita Sahasranam ends. But our Shankaracharya is advanced. He starts his Saundarya with Shiva Shakti Eka Swarupini. So Shiva Shaktya Yukto Bhavati. So where Shankara stopped, or Agastya Maharshi stopped, to when Hayagriva stopped, then our Shankara begins. You can see that. So anyway, here in third one, there was a fight, but after all, wanting a woman made these two fellows die. So as long as woman is respected, and in fact, woman's desire also is important. But if you want to overpower or interfere in that, and moreover, you observe, she said, I have got a condition, unless anybody wins me in battle, I cannot accept them as a vara. These days also, it is very hard for boys to get ladies because they are so busy in number of, and they ask for the financial status, they ask for number of things. And moreover, if at all you fix a date for interview for marriage market, they say, I'm busy, I'm traveling, I have no time. So they have no time to give appointment at all for this. So anyway, the same is what was true for Durga. The same is true even present-day Durgas and Mahalakhsmis or Mahakalis. So, and the manner how these three fellows came, and suddenly the Rakshasa goes up into sky. She also goes up into the sky, makes them fall on the ground, and tries to overpower them and kill all those things. And again here, there is a Duta, something like Surpanakha in Mahabharata, in Ramayana, who tries to inspire Ravana to go for war with Rama and all that. So Durga Saptashati, when my time is up, so Aparna is looking for me. So I just, Durga Saptashati, if you start talking about it, it is simply wonderful text, Amma, because I have been in touch with Durga Saptashati right from long years, and I have been given Upadesham, Sri Vidya Upadesham, and Durga Saptashati, Lalita Sahasranamam, and Saundar Lahari is taken to be the Prasthanatraya of Sri Vidya. So in three books, that Sri Vidya, you can see ultimately Sri Vidya is Brahma Vidya. And even beyond the Gayatri Maham Brahma Vidya. And so that's why we observe that she has got, and all the time we have to note down, a woman cannot be ferocious, cannot be ruthless, so she has grace and compassion. She satisfied Mahishasura to fight until he is tired. She also satisfied Sumbarimbas until they are satisfied, because she is Shama, she is Dhatri and Swaha, Swadha. Therefore, I only, when Aparna asked me, I only suggested these three things to be talked about, because as a warrior should not be ruthless, but each aspect is itself is a big book. Grace of Devi, compassion, Karuna Samudra, she is, Samudra means ocean. So, but still, we cannot simply leave it like that. Yatsara bhutam tat parimargitavyam. They say, Kalaha swalpaha, Bahavascha vignaha, tatsara bhutam parimargitavyam. So, it's only parimargana that we have got to be doing in all life, whatever be the score of years. So 100 years is nowhere. That's why Krishna said, Gnani, see, Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavan Mam Prapajyate. What a proposal Krishna has given. So in one Janma, it is not like that. Even Durga Saptashati is something which we have got to do it. That's why we have been given the Kilaka Stotram, Argala Stotram, and also we have been given the Argala, Kilakam, and Kavacham. And in Kavacha Stotra, Durga Parameswari has to become, there are 67 parts of our body mentioned, and Ammavaru becomes 67 forums to protect each and every part of our body, inner and outside. That's why we say, Apyayantu Mamangani. Apyayamanatvam comes to only because of Devi, because of Deva. And therefore, Parvati is great. Today I should compliment Aparna. Aparna is Parvati only. So to kill some Sumbhas, Parvati came for bathing, and from there our battle begins. So Aparna comes for all these 9 days. She managed wonderful all that. And our, Balaram Simha also is there. Simha is sitting. In fact, we should know that when Ammavaru is fighting, Simha was not idle or simply, it was also doing its best job. So there is, if you just take up the Simha's role in Durga's fight with demons, that itself becomes a wonderful topic. And therefore, nothing in Durga's way, indolent. Even Simha killed so much. It is a lot of work. So with these few words, I don't know I have covered anything, but still, I'm the last speaker. I should not more bother, but I'm speaking from Chicago. And so there's only 1.5 hour difference. And in California, she talks about 2.5-3 hours difference. But anyway, I'm thankful to our Balramji and also Aparna and all people who have given opportunity to get up early to be ready for this program. Thank you very much. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So here which is Sahaviryam Karavavahai. That's exactly is Durga Parameswari. And also Tejasvina Avadhitamastu. Whatever 2.5 hours or 3 hours we spent on this Durga Parameswari today must be Tejasvi Avadhitam. So with this prayer to Goddess Durga, I just conclude. Thank you very much for this opportunity that we are able to exhaust almost all the characters of strength and happiness that moksham given by Durga Parameswari. Durga is Arti Nasini. We are all born because of Arti. Otherwise, we are not born at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Prabhakar, sir. And you have started with Na Ari, that is Nari. So that was a different kind of etymology, which we all, and Jyoti ji is smiling, so I can understand that every Nari Shakti is happy with that. That kind of etymology. And Professor Singh is basically giving us new ideas through his etymologies. So I think because we are already running out of time, and I think in his presidential address, we can have the comments for your presentation as well. And you have to talk about Durga Saptashati, Lalita Sahasranam, and Sohandare Lehri, and many other aspects of Devī Durga, and which we can easily understand because you have already posted lots more videos on your YouTube channel. I've gone through them. And I think let's not waste time and invite our chairperson of today's program. And before, I think I do have a slide for him as well. But it's better if I can introduce Professor Balram Singh ji. You all are very much aware that he is the president and director of Institute of Advanced Sciences that is situated in Massachusetts, and he's been professor of chemistry, biochemistry, biology, and the founding director of Center for Indic Studies at UMass Dartmouth. And also he is the director of Botulinum Research Center, and he writes extensively about ancient Indian traditions and psychology, philosophy, Ayurvedic science and technology, yoga and consciousness, Vedic education pedagogy, and social and political traditions. And also he is associated with many organizations like JNU and Delhi University, and many such at USA like Boston Center of Excellence, and he's a member of board at Waves, and also he's editor of several journals. So I invite and welcome Professor Balram Singh ji for his presidential address.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. I think I already gave what I wanted to say. And one thing I want to say about Professor Prabhakar, that he talked about the names, Aparna, what it means. There was a study, recently a study, that said that name makes difference in the personality. Whatever your name is, if you know what it means, it is a message, a coded message of your parents for you. And we all do to certain degree. That's the study said that it has an impact on people. So now he just reminded me I'm like Simha, so I better roar around and make sure everybody.
You are doing it in everywhere, in every program. You are a Simha.
Yeah, I'm the Simha. My name is Balram. I mean, my height is only 5'7", but initially when people used to hear about my name, they used to think this guy is very tall, very big, because you think about Balram of the Krishna's brother. So many times I used to get advantage because people used to get afraid of me to try to reach Jesus because my name. So I think I echo that. In terms of this program is fantastic. I think Aparna and her team they have put together this for last 3 years, and I think she's meeting her making the good meaning of her name, which is Aparna, which is the name of one of the names of Durga in that sense, and that a lot of time she has to give, a lot of efforts she has to make. And brings all sorts of people who really make wonderful points. So this, I really want to thank her, and Institute of Advanced Sciences is very grateful to her efforts, not only here, but with WAVES and with several other programs that we are doing a program on Gita, which she appears in that. We have a TCN Media, which is not mentioned in this her introduction, but she knows it very well that this director Anuja Sinha, who was at Doordarshan, she's running. We have made some documentaries on some of this stuff, and I think maybe this will be a one. Anuja must be listening to it. Maybe we should make a documentary on this program, taking some women as examples, and they run their life through how they demonstrate what Professor Prabhakar just said. And that is the kind of thing are very important, because sometimes they don't mean at the time contemporary time, but they do mean posterity. In posterity, they start making sense, because that's what we were thinking at one time. So with that, I don't know, Aparna, how much time you wanted me to take, and I can finish in one sentence, or I can take about an hour, depending on what.
Sir, we have 15 minutes for you, but we have already discussed like 15 minutes for you, but we are extend of time, but you can please speak about your experiences.
Okay, I mean, I said I don't have to, but since you gave me the time,
yes,
I thought of showing you something that I've been doing over a period of time, a lot of time, because of these programs. So I have my own little meaning of all these 9 forms of Durga. And Dr. Banerjee is not here, or whatever, Miss Banerjee, what was her name? Siddha Banerjee? Sridisha Banerjee. She's not here. I wanted to ask her this question, that why they start at 6th day, not the other ones.
She has already actually requested me that she has to visit the pandal, because it's Durga Ashtami, so I have to keep her.
Yeah. So Bengalis are doing, they miss the first 5 days, and they started from Katyayani. So I wanted to see the meaning of you build the personality from the family, and then your own conducts, and you're recognizing your own strength, and then testing them out, which is what I've written this in. I'm just trying to capture all that in my English words, that you have to try then, and then you have to establish yourself to be your natural self, which is mother, and everything else is Durga Mata. So she has already spoken to all those, and I have one thing I wanted, because I'm from science. I think Aparna introduced me that I have science background. I wrote an article for her blog, where I said, now Durga is the ideal model for development of women to attain their natural full potential, but I showed them the hormonal changes that happen in their life. And so there is the biology behind whatever these different steps or different forms or different stages of the Durga Mata that recognizes that the potential for a girl, from girl to being a very wise woman at the end of it. And that's where the power comes from. And the rest of it is, I have written some poems, and then you can see the meanings of, how I try to connect those different meanings of them. So you can, I'm just going to very quickly go through them. Durga holds the fort for us. That Durga means Durga the way I think about it. Durga is the recourse for all. Durga is the track for success. Durga defeats the beast of all. That Professor Prabhakar was talking about. Durga is that power that showers not just blessings, but courage to all. Durga is that path to the towers. Durga blends all powers within all. Durga is that mother we have, mother of all the mothers and more. Durga is capable to enslave weapons of all the devas for sure. And then Durga takes a certain stand that is balanced by tools in hands. Durga makes all beasts understand by the commanding ankus in her hands. Durga is that monumental mother. Mother is not that bothers all others. Durga is that Shakti of the Shankar, makes all Shiva by ठोकर्स. ठोकर is a Hindi word here, and carvers. जिसको बोलते हैं ना कि ठोकर लगने से इंसान ठोकर खा के अच्छा बनता है, वो वाली बात. So this is one of those. And then I wrote another one, and dates are written here. Ma Durga bless you with health and happiness. Thanks, buddy. Thanks with a bit of my snappiness. But Ma Durga means the mother of fortitude, as I wrote earlier. So I need the fort to protect me and the fortitude, the fight against injustice and the fighting attitude against the injustice, against all as an aptitude. It should be our own aptitude to do this. Happiness comes with that attitude. Ma is there with her blessings as amplitude. I need the health that platitude, health of mind of that kind, always there to exude. थोड़ा हिंदी में ट्राई किया है. दुर्गा वो चलता फिरता दुर्ग, आपको सपरिवार दुर्गा का दुर्ग चहुं ओर से रक्षा बल प्रदान करें. आपके युद्ध में चलता फिरता दुर्ग सदा ही घेरा डालकर चलता रहे. सारे जीवन तो युद्ध है, कई कालों से चल रहे. ये हमारी है बुद्धि है कि खुद को ही छल रहे. आत्मबोध की कला में कहीं पीछे बिछड़ रहे. शुद्ध युद्ध की कला में भारतीय पिछड़ रहे. ये रियलिटी है थोड़ा सा हमारे हिसाब से. इसलिए ही दुर्गा की दुर्ग याद कर चलें. 8 की दुर्गा की पूजा आज से चलें. याद कर रहे सदा, ये दुर्ग है महल नहीं. शत्रु ने ही दी खुदा, खाड़ियां बगल में ही. दुर्गा का चलता फिरता दुर्ग सबको चाहिए. उसकी रक्षा से जो मिलता खुद गर्व से बचाइए. And one more to go. Oops, sorry. Sel Suta ka achal adig wo. This is all the 9 forms of her. Sel Suta ka achal adig wo. महाकाल का तत्व चाहिए. ब्रह्मचारिणी की विद्या, चिरकाल चरण का सत्व चाहिए. चंद्र घंट चमके ललाट पर, ऐसा ही लालत्व चाहिए. रूपांतर दम के हठात स्कंध मात मामत्व चाहिए. चाह की थाह करे जो शासित. What I'm trying to say is that people who just desire, they need to hold it. They have to have संयम. चाह की थाह करे जो शासित, चाह का वो व्यक्तित्व चाहिए, चाह की राह करे जो बंधित, अपना वो अस्तित्व चाहिए, सत्व तत्व मातृत्व चाहिए, शौर्यशील पैतृत्व चाहिए, सिद्ध वीर की वीर नेतृत्व चाहिए, समाधान कृतकृत्य चाहिए, नवरात्रि सजे अपने तन में, नवरात्रि मने अपने मन में, काली का मातृत्व चाहिए, दुर्गा का नेतृत्व चाहिए, गौरी का ज्ञानत्व चाहिए, कुसमंडा देवत्व चाहिए, कात्यायनी की काट कला का कलित ललित वीरत्व चाहिए, सिद्धायनी सुभाष समुच्चय साधन का सिद्धत्व चाहिए। ये वो माता की शक्ति प्रसादन में जो कि मातृ हुई शिशु के जन्म में। ये मैं आप लोगों को सुनाना चाहता था। बाकी तो ये कभी कभी उद्गार निकल आते हैं, तो यू हैव those things as well, and I will stop sharing. I just again want to say the final words. I know some of you did not understand the Hindi. That's why I did put some English poems. Sometimes I do put, and I feel that whenever that Professor Prabhakar chants mantras, the mantras have their own value. They have their own effectiveness. So is the poems. These days, I think I was talking to Jyoti ji that we should find a way to connect with people. So this is one of little of my efforts for the new generation to see if they can find that the nature that we learned from Durga is not for that 9 days. It's 9 days for revival, reminding for the rest of the year and the rest of the life. And I think if we make that as our effort and our insight and our internalization, and then we start acting at every place like that, I think people will see the value of it because it works. Believe it or not, I feel it works. So if it works, then people will believe in it. It should work in not only in our festivals or in our religious celebrations, but it should work in our life. It should work in science as much as in arts. It should work in society as much as in communication and the media and everything. जैसे वो, I'm sorry to say it in हिंदी में, जो छा जाते हैं ना, पूरा छा जाना चाहिए हमको। ऐसे इसी भाव से सबके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करना चाहिए। Whenever if somebody even says bad things to me, so what? No big deal. But I'm confident about myself. I'm confident about my culture, and I'm confident about fairness to men, women, the rest of the world, even demons. Even demons had to realize. Some of you said that they gave moksha. She gave moksha to them. She made him realize, even though he may have been Mahisasura or whatever that was. So I think the ultimate goal is to real moksha, which means, you get freedom from whatever else you have. And that is the kind of, hopefully, that you will have. All of you are so well placed and you can influence this society so much. I think if you were to just carry the 4 or 5 of you here, I think you can make huge difference in the world. And I'm really looking forward to, I'm very hopeful, and we hope that we will continue this kind of tradition in the future. And some of you who, if you have anything that you can help us or collaborate or where we can help, we will be more than happy to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. In your presidential address, you have summarized everything, each and every talk with your poems, I think. And I think everybody will agree to this. And we are thankful to you for giving us this opportunity so that we can have such kind of gathering and guest and program, and even we can think of such program. So we are thankful to you.
Aparna, I feel so privileged to have to get an opportunity to work with you and through you many these other people. And the whole team is behind all this. We really want to make difference in a very traditional way, not our way. It is the way of what has been going on for thousands and thousands and maybe even million years. So we are looking forward to that. And I think we will, with the help of the young people who can take it forward, and not just they follow what I'm saying, but they follow what they can imbibe and do it. Thank you.
Sure, sir. And with this, we are around the vote of thanks session now. And firstly, as Professor Singh mentioned, that we just had a conference of waves at Hindu University of America. So we met in person with Professor Prabhakar ji, Jyoti ji, Professor Singh, and I was there. So this all connection got from there only. And also my coordinator, the programs coordinator, Veda ji, has introduced us to Soumya ji, again a very, very wonderful speaker. And Sridisha ji is also there in Jaipur conference when I went there. So this is all with the connection of, with the grace of divine divinity and Devi especially, we all got connected here. So I'm thankful to each one of you whosoever spoke here and shared their opinions with us, and also the faculty members of Fine Arts who have joined in between. They have, because they have some other meetings as well. So they keep on coming and going. I think they are watching on us live on Facebook as well. And the director of TCN Media, Dr. Ms. Anuja Sinha is already here since the beginning. And other participants from Waves and like Dr. Dharmaji, Dr. Jayanti ji, Dr. Shashi Tiwari madam, and from the Veda Adhyana Kendra also, Shivlinga ji and Gopinath ji was there. So we are thankful to them as also, and the audience who were there watching us live at the Facebook, and this video will remain there so they can watch again if they have missed something. So we are thankful to each and everyone who, and we are sure that again on the Durga Ashtami 2025 with Devī-Mahātmyaṁ series 4, we will be here in collaboration with the Vedic and Research Foundation, Madurai. And for this, with these words, I now invite Shri Veda Ravi Shankar ji to conclude this Devi Symposium of today with Devi Aradhana. Thank you very much.
Om Gam Gana Gam Gana Gam Gana 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 Gam Gana Gam Gana Gam Gana Gum Guru Gum Guru Gum Guru 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 Gum Guru Gum Guru Gum Guru Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Rama 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 Namachivaya Namachivaya Ziva Ziva Namachivaya 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 Ziva Ziva Namachivaya Namachivaya Raksha Raksha Jaganmata Sarva Shakti Jaya Durga Raksha Raksha Jaganmata Sarva Shakti Jaya Durga Raksha Raksha Jaganmata Sarva Shakti Jaya Durga Charanam Amma Amma Charanam Amma Anandarupini Charanam Amma Durga Devi Charanam Amma Akhilandeshwari Charanam Amma Durga Devi Charanam Amma Akhilandeshwari Charanam Amma Dum 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 Durga Dum 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 Durga Dum 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 Durga Shakti de do Shanti de do Shakti de do Shanti de do Mata Charanam Mata Charanam Mata Charanam Mata Charanam 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 Durga Mata Shanti de do Shanti de do Shakti de do Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Mata Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Mata Charanam 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 Shanti Charanam 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 Shanti. Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaste.
Thanks, Aparna. Aparna, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
Aparna's yajna is now successfully Jaya. Thank you.
Jaya Jagdamba.
Jaya Durga, Jaya Aparna. Gathering all these thinkers, researchers to talk about Durga all these days and make that Durga live remembered by all people whole year until another Durga comes into.